The U.S. has more immigrants than any country in the world, nearly 45 million in 2019, which is about 14% of the population. Today, immigrants are more likely to come from Asia. In 2013, India and China became the top countries of origin for U.S. immigrants, knocking Mexico out of the top spot that it held for more than 30 years. Amanda Brandeis shows us how a surge in anti-Asian hate is impacting immigrant communities.
So I look at the pictures.
A nurturer by nature.
It's in our blood.
Joanne Field says she takes care of her community like she does her family.
I'm a proud Filipino American, second generation.
Her dad immigrated here by way of the Navy. Her mom as a registered nurse.
Everyone wants to provide for their family. They will go where the jobs are.
Putting roots down in San Diego.
I do stand on the shoulders of my grandma, that's my mom, that's my aunt.
She's continuing the work they started, advocating for San Diego's Filipino community.
People want to escape poverty. That's what they want to escape.
She's watched them live in fear of both the virus and the hate it's fueled.
Why would you blame anybody, any one person or any one's culture for producing such a vicious virus?
While she can bring testing and vaccines to her community, she says the hate existed long before the pandemic.
There's a heightened anxiety. I worry my mom wants to go out for lunch. I didn't used to ask her, where are you going? Who are you going with? But now I feel like I have to.
She's providing them resources to identify possible hate crimes.
You see something, say something, report it, because that will help us find out and monitor if there's a trend happening.
The party controls everything, controls the media, the propaganda media, the police officers.
Frank Xu immigrated from China in 2005.
Those videos are going viral, are horrible, obviously. But I can tell you there are many other horrible things happening in China as well.
He says at least in the U.S., they aren't covered up.
They still want to be here because this country gives us opportunities as long as you work hard. And I believe nowadays many Americans may just take everything for granted.
Filipinos back home, they are very aware and very concerned, but yet still feel the United States has better opportunities for their family.
And she sees opportunities in this moment.
Always been an issue, but now that we have this national attention, now we can have the discussion that has been needed for so long.
For The Race,
so that we can create systemic change.
I'm Amanda Brandeis reporting.
Only 1% of refugees coming to America are from Afghanistan, but we met one Afghan immigrant who's making a big impact with her fresh start. I'm Alexa Liacko in Sacramento.
All right, this is your COVID vaccine card.
Aside from when she's giving a shot, you won't see Sheba Shafak sit still.
If you can just ask them and fill it out.
She's working long days at a mobile COVID-19 clinic in Sacramento, helping the immigrant and refugee community.
It's going to be just a quick punch, okay?
Sheba learned this tireless dedication from her family growing up in Afghanistan.
I was homeschooled by the books my brothers brought home from the school, and my parents worked so hard on me to get the education that I needed.
Years later, schools were eventually opened to women. Sheba's parents encouraged her to become a doctor, like she'd always dreamed of doing.
Growing up, I have seen a lot, and I always wanted to be that change that I always wanted to see in our society.
To Sheba, that change meant working in a hospital, fighting for better health care for women and girls.
Seeing how much they suffer from lack of medical care broke my heart.
But she was getting threatened for doing that work.
Being a woman who speaks her mind, being a women's rights activist, often got me in trouble with the extremists back home, so that led me to the option to flee my country. I had to do it, otherwise I would lose myself in the process of asking for justice.
But when she arrived in the land of the free, she felt trapped. Not all of her schooling and experience would transfer over. Her dream set back years just from moving to a safe place.
Starting over with everything. It was hard.
That's when she went to the International Rescue Committee for help.
It's really incredibly difficult for foreign-born doctors to get picked up for residency programs because unfortunately United States universities do not transfer credentials efficiently.
The IRC's Career Pathways program connects immigrants and refugees with U.S. jobs and training.
To help narrow that gap and build that bridge to help medical doctors take those very, very first steps into the medical field that they love so much.
The refugees who finish the program typically find jobs paying 70% more. IRC helped Sheba get this job. Working on the front line of the pandemic today is helping her train to be a doctor in the years to come.
Even though I was scared a little bit, but I felt like this would be a good purpose.
And in the process, she hopes to break down the stereotypes she hears about refugees.
I was told that refugees and immigrants, they come here and they took the jobs that the Americans are supposed to have. Being a refugee doesn't give you a privilege of getting a job. It's the hard work that gets you the job.
And she's prepared for more hard work and longer days ahead, because when you've already survived a war, fighting for a new future is a battle you won't lose. For The Race, I'm Alexa Liacko.
The race continues next.